Says it's recording.
Yeah.
Girlies with groceries is back. Oh,
And I
yeah.
don't even got a snack.
Holy moly.
Since we don't have a snack, should we start off by saying what we had for dinner?
Sure. So I had to make my whole family dinner. I made them a spinach lasagna.
Barf.
Fun fact, you would like it. There's like 2 pieces of spinach in it.
I'm not Popeye.
Okay. So do you know the ingredients of a lasagna?
Noodles. Big flat noodles with curly edges. Sauce.
Sauce.
2 pieces
like,
of spinach.
And a couple pieces of spinach and like cheese. So as the timer's pretty much about to go off on this lasagna, my mom looks to me and she asks me, "What kind of sauce did you use?"
You didn't put any sauce?
I didn't put any sauce in it.
Why not? You forgot?
It completely left my mind that sauce is a part of it, because I made the whole like ricotta mixture of like that and like eggs and some other stuff. And she said that to me and my brain just stopped.
Did you get embarrassed?
And I was like, oh my god, I didn't put any. My dad looked at me and he goes, "You didn't put any sauce in it, did you?" And I was like, so
did you guys eat it sauceless?
No, I decided to fix this. So I just heated up the sauce that I would have used if I'd done it right. And I like cut into the lasagna and then I poured it over the top. So it like covered the whole top and then it sort of sunk down into a little bit and it tasted exactly the same. So, but I felt really, really, really stupid.
I bet they regretted letting you make the dinner.
They were all, "I figured you'd want to make it. You make it."
And did you tell them, I have a Kohl's haul that I'm supposed to be doing right now?
Like, I literally have to go to work upstairs. Like, what do you want from me?
Well, guess what I had for dinner? It's a little bit of a similar situation.
Did you have some pasta?
Yeah, I had spaghetti and I put cheese on it. My dad said, we have sauce in the fridge. And I said, I don't want any.
Okay. Story ends there.
The end.
Very good.
All right, so Christmas.
Anyway. Yeah. Tell me about this raffle.
Oh, you thought I said a raffle.
What did you say?
So the topic of today's podcast
is
by the way, it has been over a year since the last and only episode.
Has it really been over a year?
It was over a year since we shoved those cheese rockets into our mouth.
I could go for some of those right now.
No, what I said was, well, yeah, anyways, the topic is old Christmas memes.
Hold on. Are you holding your mic?
I'm going like this.
Yeah, because I can hear it.
Oh, I thought it'd be okay if I did that.
It's, if you want to do it, it's okay. It's just
no, you're right. I should do that.
It's just louder than you.
I was feeding. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. No, I said rifle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, raffle sounds so much better. But I love. Yeah, what was your reaction to getting that?
I guess I'll start. So when I was in about 4th grade, me and my sister got pellet guns for Christmas that looked a lot like real guns. And our parents made us pose with them and was like posted it on Facebook, like, look at my country gals.
She's
And I
like,
had
everyone on
bangs
Facebook's gonna see.
I had bangs just like this actually, except with like Dora hair. And I
You were
posed with my
cheesing.
gun and I was like, and that's my story. I guess I used to be country.
Did you use the gun?
I used it like twice on some cans.
And then you were like, this country stuff isn't for me.
And then I was like, I need to move to the city
I gotta go to New York City.
where folks don't do these types of games.
I can't shoot cans in my backyard no more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a Christmas mem? I have quite a few.
I mean, I know you would. Christmas is your thing.
Taylor was a bit of a Scrooge before we met.
I'm trying to think of something that happened. Like that was
So don't do this.
exactly.
Got it.
Cool.
I look like I have a gap in my teeth.
A little one, not a big one. My uncle's birthday is on Christmas.
Oh, I feel so bad for people like that.
I feel like you would love that, but like also I get it. Like you want your birthday and Christmas to be separate.
I want to maximize the presents.
Yeah.
The season of giving to me.
You're totally the person that like would want a birth week. You know?
No, I'm not.
Like you'd want like
yeah,
one.
secretly in my head I want it, but I would never like.
You wouldn't project that, no. But I'm saying in your head.
I'm not Trina Vega.
Yeah, but like in your head, you were like when you watched that episode for the first time, you were like, she is so lucky.
You know what episode of a kids show really taught me something? And it's on theme. The episode of Fairly Odd Parents where he wishes that it could be Christmas every day. And then he starts to realize, oh, that actually wouldn't be a good thing. That really taught me because at first I was like, that sounds great.
Because doesn't he like go downstairs every day and they're like, Merry Christmas, Timmy?
And he's like, after a while, he's like, fuck.
No, he's like, I get it. I know what it is.
But before that, I was a fool who really thought that it would be okay
if Christmas was every day.
But you need like it's like how you need some rain so that you can have a rainbow.
She said it.
Because if there was a rainbow in the sky every day, no one would even care about
rainbows. No one
rainbows.
would be like, oh my god, look, a rainbow.
Everyone would be like, it's
a special thing that happens. There it is. Yep, that's the rainbow. I'm trying to. Oh, okay. I have a good story. This is funny to me, at least. So it was maybe 5 Christmases ago, 6 Christmases ago, and it was my aunt and uncle's first Christmas in their new house. So we had Christmas there. And they were like very stressed out with like the move and all that stuff, you know. It happens. And my uncle was like messaging my mom asking like what do Katie and Taylor want for Christmas? What kind of things do they want? And my mom, because they're very like they're like us. It's just everything's a joke when they're talking.
Yeah.
So she was like, well, Taylor would really love a vacuum so she could clean up around here. And Katie, I know she needs some hangers for all of those clothes on her floor.
Oh, she was being a little like, sarcasto.
She was like making a joke and it was funny. And then Christmas morning comes. And at the same time, I open up a mini vacuum, which was so cool, honestly. It was like this short little vacuum. Mini. But like, not like a hand vacuum, like the duster.
But, like, do you have to like crouch to use it?
Hold on. And then when I opened that, Katie opened a box of like 100 hangers.
That's a lot.
Like just like a box, literally no like nothing in it, like a cardboard box filled with hangers. And we looked at each other and we were like, is this like are we supposed to get
You
this.
guys weren't in on it?
No, we didn't know this.
So did
And
he buy it just so that your mom would laugh?
no, he thought my mom was being serious.
Wait, what?
He was so like stressed out from moving and like work and Christmas time, like everything was just happening at once that it like didn't even cross his mind that my mom would be joking.
Oh
And
no.
he felt so bad. He was like, I'm taking them back. I'm taking them back. I'm gonna get you guys actual presents.
Wait,
And we
so
were
was like was your mom like, "Oh my God, that was a joke. You know that, right?"
yeah,
Like how
when we opened it, me and Katie looked at each other and we were it was sort of just like a
like
awkward
what's going
couple of
on here?
seconds like is this something like we joked about we don't remember? Like
Yeah.
is this an inside joke thing? Like
That's so funny.
and we were like, "What? Thank you." And
There.
and he was like, "Well, your mom said that you would want a vacuum and Katie you wanted hangers." And my mom was like, I shoot, my mom was so confused too at the same time. She's like, I was joking.
She's like, "You
And
really didn't pick
he
up on
felt
that?"
he felt so bad. And I was like, it's fine. Honestly, I'll keep the vacuum. But he was like, no, 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 I'll take it back. And I was like, it's okay. And he was like, no, I'm taking it back. So he took the hangers and the vacuum back, and then he got us like actual presents.
But like, would you have had to crouch to use the vacuum?
I'm guessing maybe,
That's poorly designed.
but like I would have kept it, but I would
It's
have
a
used
knee
it.
vacuum. You walk on your
Yes.
knees.
You just if you're sitting at your desk, you just use your foot, push it.
Wow.
And it was very awkward but very funny.
I feel bad for your uncle in this
But
situation.
I felt so bad for him because he
And I love
felt
that you guys were like, "Oh, we don't get it, but it's fine. Like, we'll
yeah,
take
no, we were
it.
like, I mean, I'll use it.
Like, thanks
It's
still."
like one of those things I didn't ask for and didn't think I was gonna get, but I'm not mad about it. Like, I will use this. It's
Okay.
fine.
Um, I thought I had good stories, but now that I'm like thinking about saying them out loud, I feel like they wouldn't be as good when I actually say them.
Did anyone in your family ever dress up as Santa?
Oh my gosh, I don't think so, but the weirdest thing, they used to make us talk on the phone to Santa, and more specifically, I remember the Easter Bunny.
That's weird.
And they'd like come into my room and be like, the Easter Bunny's on the phone. And I'm like a kid with like major like social anxiety. I'm like, I
And
want
you're
to talk
like,
to the
I
Easter
wasn't
Bunny.
prepared.
I'm like, what? And they're
Like,
like, talk to him. And I'm like, and they're like, talk. And I'm like, hello. And it's just this dude on the other end. And I like asked years later, like, who
who
was
was
that?
that?
And my mom was like, I don't even remember. It was probably like one of our neighbors or something. I was like, why did you do this?
That is so weird.
I'd be like,
I
so
feel
you
like
excited for me to come to your house tomorrow?
just this random old man on the other end of the phone, like, I'm gonna come to your
Yeah.
house.
And I'm like, why does the Easter Bunny sound like just a man? Like, I'm
I'm
so
trying to think,
concerned.
like, I feel like for some reason I had an experience like that too. Like,
No way.
Santa on the phone, and you're like, why is Santa calling our house? Like, this doesn't happen.
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh, me and
remember.
my sister used to love these apps. Like, just, you know how, like, we love stupid stuff because we think it's funny?
Mm-hmm.
We used to love these prank calling apps. And, like, obviously we knew that they weren't prank calls, but we would type it in. We'd type in messages and, like, a robot would say them, and I'd be like, oh, Janelle, you're getting a call. And then she would listen to what I made the robot say, and we would just, like,
Oh,
die laughing. But there was a Santa version. Like, there's apps where it's, like, get a call from Santa, and you
it's like
pick,
a
like,
holiday version.
yeah, and it's, like, you pick what you want him to say, and I'm like, oh, Janelle, you're getting a call from Santa. It's just so stupid.
Was she ever on the naughty list from those calls?
Oh, yeah, I think that was actually one of them. Like, just calling to let you know you're getting coal and nothing else.
Where did that start? Like, if you're bad, you just get lumps of coal.
I don't know, it's so weird though.
It's
I
rude.
watched the Santa Claus 2.
Oh,
where
what were
that
your
toy.
thoughts?
It was definitely not as good as the first one. Pretty weird.
It is. It's weird. Have you seen the third one yet?
No, not yet, but I'm excited. But I
You'll
actually
like it
don't
better
care at
than the
all
second one.
because I
But
hate
the
Jack
first one's
Frost.
the first one's the best.
I hate Jack Frost as a concept.
I don't really know what he's supposed to be. He's just a grouchy, cold man.
Remember when we watched that movie where the kid's dad turned into a snowman?
After he like died, to like
Oh,
it was after he died that he like communicated with
oh
him as a
my
snowman.
gosh. Yeah,
That
and
was
then
literally
the
just
kid's like,
called
"Mom,
Snowman,
mom,"
wasn't
like
it?
I think it was called Jack Frost. That's why it
Or
reminded me.
or was it Jack Frost?
I think it was called Jack
I'm
Frost.
looking it up.
I could be wrong, but the kid's like,
It was Jack
"Mom,
Frost.
mom, dead dad is snowman outside now," and she's like, "Please stop saying things like that."
So weird. All I remember is that Michael Keaton was the dad, and I was like, this is just so strange. How on earth did we settle on watching that?
Because I remember hearing like a YouTuber or somebody like talking about like this ridiculous movie, and I was like, I gotta see that.
It's so weird.
And it was quite strange.
Some Christmas movies are just classics, and others are just. Should we go through some classic Christmas movies and like talk about them if we like them or if they're overrated?
Sure.
All right.
Are you like recording this? Like, is it recording your screen or just the Zoom?
I think just the Zoom.
Yeah, because you're not like sharing your screen or anything.
No. 70 plus best Christmas movies.
Lay 'em on me.
Okay. Of course, this one's the first one. A Christmas Story. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, and I give it a.
I give it like a here.
If you didn't watch it as a child and enjoy it as a child, you're not gonna enjoy it.
True. That's
Which is like a lot of them, I think.
that movie is like if you didn't watch it as a kid, it's almost like you're not gonna get it.
Here's the problem with that movie, and I stand by this whenever I say it. Every single character in that movie is annoying.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so I just have to sit through this film
I
of
feel
a
like
bunch of annoying people doing annoying things.
that movie also is just so long and I feel like nothing happens and like the most random stuff happens. And
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
like
is it really Christmas or is there just snow outside?
he wants a Red Ryder BB gun.
I know what he wants, but why is he dressed as a bunny and why do they get a lamp with that's a leg? I do like
Yeah,
that
I don't
lamp
know.
though.
Charles's like grandma has that lamp in her house.
Like the same size.
I don't
Like a
know,
big old life
but
size.
here's the weirdest part. They love that movie, all of them.
Mm.
I'm not saying this is weird if anybody in Charles's family is watching, even though I just
If you guys are
like
watching,
it is a little. It's just considering the fact that I don't like the movie that much at all. It's weird that they basically have a shrine dedicated to it. So they have that lamp, and then under the lamp is a framed picture of Charles as a child with his tongue stuck to a pole.
like
Like in the,
legit it happened or they like posed it.
I think it was a pose. But you know, like it's a movie reference to that movie.
But like, I get it. Yeah.
You get it.
I just don't. It's like it's a fine movie.
It's
In
just
my
like
head, it's just a little overrated.
If it's on the TV, click away from that channel right now because I'm not watching.
Yeah, it's like really we're gonna watch that. I would rather watch Family Feud.
Yeah, I'd rather watch
Put it on something that's
TLC.
on all the time that I never watch. That's not this.
Like, no offense, but that is the fruitcake of movies.
Oh my god, that is such a good way of putting that.
It's always there. A portion of people enjoy it, but it's like for the most part, it's
No
pretty
one
good.
touches it. Oh, wow, that's perfect.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. It is just the fruitcake of movie. The next one's Elf.
Elf is so classic. Like, no wonder everyone loves it.
Elf is like it's like with Christmas Story, I don't understand how people love that movie. Elf, I don't understand how people don't like that movie.
Like, and that's like coming from you, I feel like that's a lot.
That movie's hilarious. And
I watched that movie last night, by the way, and my opinions haven't changed. I love it, and I also realized that maybe a portion of why I love it so much is because it's in New York City, and I just, love
it's like so
that
magical.
place.
I know. I remember seeing Elf in theaters.
Oh wow,
And that
you
movie
were
came
older than
out
me then.
that movie came out in 2003.
What? You were 2? You went to the movie theater and saw that when you were 2? It's PG-13.
It's not PG-13.
Yes, it is.
Maybe. Elf.
So I think I'm calling you on your BS right now.
I went to see it in the theater when it came out, and I remember going.
Well, do you want to know another part of what makes that movie
It's
so good?
PG, Jonna.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Really? Because I swear the
So.
drive-in last night said it was PG-13.
They're just messing with you.
Mm.
They just didn't want the kids to come.
Yeah.
Or like get a babysitter.
Yeah. You want to know what else makes that movie so good? The soundtrack. And every time it rains,
Shooby dooby.
macaroni. Pennies from heaven.
But like so much of that movie is so quotable.
Oh
and
my
it's
gosh, I know.
It's funny every time.
And I love when he decorates the store. It's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful, and it's just like, it's so wholesome.
I know, and I love when he smashes into the lockers when he's singing with Zoe. It's just so silly.
He covers his eyes. And he just runs right into those lockers. I would be... I mean, why did she yell at him to get out? They sounded great together.
My mom used to think that the burping scene of that movie was like the epitome of comedic genius.
Well, as I am your mother, I also thought that was such a funny part. And when the kid looks at him and is like, "You're so weird," I was like, "That's hilarious." That response, love it.
You know what is like a funny? We're just talking about funny parts of Elf now that like everybody already knows.
You know, literally everyone in everyone else, everyone in the world has seen this movie, and we're like, you know that funny part in the middle of the movie?
Yeah, we've all seen it. Like
yes,
so
we know that
times.
part.
But when he jumps on the tree in the house to try to get started.
I love about that not at there's not at one point when he's jumping that his arm is going up towards the top of the tree.
Yeah, he just like
he just literally jumps into it and gives it a big ol' hug.
I also like when he's running away and he says, "I'm sorry that I ruined your lives and crammed 11 cookies into the VCR."
He's writing it on the, what's that called, an Etch-a-Sketch?
Etch-a-Sketch. And when I was a kid, I always used to think...
lies.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I always used to just crack up at the cookie part. But like last night, I was like, "I'm sorry, I ruined your lives." Like, that's the funny part.
And crammed 11 cookies into the VCR. That's how you know that this movie's old. They're talking about VCRs.
I know. I was like,
jeez, we're going back. What's the next movie?
Oh, yeah, anyway.
The Grinch, and then it says 2018.
You mean the Tyler, the Creator soundtrack one?
What? Benedict Cumberbatch?
Was he the Grinch?
In 2018, he was.
Wait, tell me. All I remember of that movie is that my mom watched it with us, and she was watching the screen, and Max's dog came up, and she goes, "All I know is that ain't Max." She was so mad at how they designed him. They're like, "That's Max's preppy cousin or something."
I mean, is she wrong? I haven't seen it, so I can't rate it.
I'm gonna rate the Grinches. Jim Carrey number one, cartoon number two, Tyler the Creator slash Benedict Cumberbatch number three. But
But like, I mean, Jim
close
Carrey
third.
really just nailed it.
Have you ever seen that thing? I see it every year on like around Christmas, and it says like it's like a trivia fact about the Jim Carrey Grinch, and I'm always like, is this real? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh my god, yeah, but like, what is it? Is it
It
the thing how
says
he like smoked cigarettes?
what?
Is
No.
that that movie? What was your
No,
thing?
it was it I always see it on Instagram like every December. It's like, did you know that the Grinch costume and makeup took so many hours to get into every time that like Jim Carrey was on set, and like it was so hard to like breathe in and stuff that like they had to get the FBI to train him about like torture, like so that he could endure making of the movie.
And he just went,
Like,
okay,
yeah, it's like, oh
sure.
yeah, don't add any more like air holes in it or something. Just teach him how to get tortured, I guess.
That is.
Like,
Oh
but,
wow, that is so weird.
but I'm like, is that real? Did you see Pete Davidson is getting all of his tattoos removed?
That's so strange. And why is Ariana engaged again? That girl didn't learn.
I know, I was like, oh my gosh, anyways.
Like, this new person might be fine, but still, I feel like she wouldn't want to go down that.
But like, didn't we sing a song that was like, gonna make sure the first time is the last time, and that's facts. And then it's like 5 months later, here we are,
I'm gonna
5 months
say
into a
I'm
relationship.
engaged. I love you. Yeah.
I mean, fine, I wish him all the best.
I mean, it's
The ring, I'm sorry, it might be some people's cup of tea, but I thought it
why is it
was,
slanted?
what is that pearl doing there?
And what is that little tiny dot doing on the side? Why is there a polka dot on my wedding ring?
I was like, I saw it and I was like, something tells me that Taylor wouldn't actually mind this that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like, why? The thing that bugged me was why is it slanted?
It's a little shocking at first, but then I was like, this could be something that these like cottagecore kids could get used to.
And honestly, it looks like something that Ariana would be like, okay, Dalton, whatever is that his name, be like,
Oh,
I want that ring. Just so you
I
know,
know,
like
right?
I like this
And
one.
here's my credit card.
Here's my credit card. This is my ring size. Get it at
Yeah.
this store. They know me there.
Yeah, I already told them what I want. Just go in
I
and
already
say,
told them what I want. Just go tell them, and they will hand it to you.
that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Go into a
Like
store, pick up the ring
have
you
a
want
ring on hold
on
and
hold
like
exactly.
have your name, and then all the boy has to do is walk into the store and say like I'm gonna propose to this is her
This
name, and then
person,
they have
yeah.
their ring and size. That's genius. Why don't we start doing that like collectively as a generation?
I know. You have and then you have to like tell someone like um I don't know, like your friend, like your best friend or like your sister or
Yeah.
someone to tell like when hopefully the guy tells them like, "Hey, I'm going to ask your sister to marry me."
Yeah,
And
or it
they
should be
can be
like a
like
tradition.
and then they can be like, "Listen, I know where the ring is. I'll take you."
So so how some guys like ask the parents hand like permission.
Mhm.
So it could be part of that tradition to be like, so can I? And then they'll say yes, and then he'll say, okay, where's the ring? And
Where's
they
the
tell
ring?
them the store.
That's so
And then
good.
whoever's the next in, like if they don't have parents, whoever's in next in line, like the sibling or whatever, will
Yeah.
know. So when they get the blessing, they also get the map to the ring. And it's also a good way to know if the girl actually wants to get married or not, because if they say, oh my gosh, getting picked out or a store, it's like, oh, she's
Yeah.
not ready then.
Wow, that's such a good idea.
That's genius.
That is such a good idea.
Charles just told me that he saw a monster raccoon. He said it was the size of a small bear.
I mean, even if by small bear he means like a bear cub, that's a big raccoon.
Raccoons are so terrifying. Next movie?
Oh yeah. Christmas Vacation. This movie
Now, is this the one with
is
the ham?
nope, that's Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh, I've never seen Christmas Vacation then.
Christmas Vacation is the one with like the gigundo tree.
Oh yeah,
And
I've never seen that.
oh well, it's like my parents' favorite Christmas movie.
Is it
And I
silly?
it's pretty silly. I definitely don't like it as much as they do, but it's a good fun silly Christmas movie. What
I
is
like
that?
Christmas with the Cranks.
I love Christmas with the Cranks. That movie's hilarious.
That's a funny one.
The Christmas Chronicles? I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Christmas with the Cranks. That one's so funny.
I'll give that one a.
Listen, Tim Allen is the guy.
Is Tim Allen in that?
Yeah. He's the dad.
For real? No, he's not.
Yes, he's the hubby.
Tim Allen just loves Christmas movies?
Well, he kills it in every single one, so
I decided he's my favorite, like, version of Santa.
I love him. He's Buzz Lightyear.
Oh my gosh, he is! I haven't watched this movie in a couple of years, and I only watched
my
it
God.
one time.
Oh, me and Katie
Hello,
like
I
that movie.
stand Tim. I literally stand Tim Allen. Like, I know that he. Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah.
I need to rewatch this.
Oh my God, you really actually should, because it is so funny and it holds up.
I need to rewatch this. Oh, those are like my two fave gals. Tim and Jamie.
Tim and Jamie. I love Tim Allen. Is he my celeb crush?
The only thing I can think of when I think of Tim Allen is I'm pretty sure he got arrested in LAX one time for having like a brick of cocaine.
I think you're right.
That's crazy.
Timmy.
Oh, Timmy. Oh, Santa.
Oh, Scott Calvin.
Oh, Calvin. I was trying to remember his last name yesterday.
As a kid, I never realized that his initials were SC.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then I was like, when I got older and I watched it back,
when
I
I
was
just
like,
rewatched it, I just realized that it's the Santa Claus with an E. Like, I did not catch on to that when I was a child.
oh yeah, no, I didn't really understand that either until I was older. But like,
I was like, oh, legalities.
it's like, oh, the clause that like is on the little card that's like, you fall off the roof, you push
So
them
we're
up,
talking
you fall
about
off
that
Santa.
line. We're not talking about Tim. We're talking about the line on the card. Okay.
Anyway, next movie. Next movie is Home Alone, and I'm just gonna I'll make it Home Alone and Home Alone 2 because I've seen both.
Let me tell you that the other reason that I love Home Alone Lost in New York is because it's in New York City and I get to see New York City in it when I watch it.
I love Home Alone.
And there's a pigeon lady and the toy store.
Us.
Yeah.
That's us. I wish that toy store still existed.
It's all the same like classic gags of the first movie
Just
that made us all
in New
fall
York
in love with
City.
Macaulay in the best city ever.
I know.
So obviously I'm going for that one if I had a choice.
That one is so good. I watched that one the other day. And
you did?
Yeah. And I
It's
literally
been on my watch list.
Love this one part in it when Kevin has gotten Marv and Harry he's gotten the picture of them from the toy while they're in the toy store robbing it, and he's like, come and get me, and he goes to that house and he's on the roof. And Harry looks up at him while he's on the roof and he goes, hey Sonny, nothing would please me more than to shoot you.
No.
And I always laugh so hard. I think it's so funny just the way he says it. And then he throws a brick down at them.
Up.
But it's so funny the way he says it.
Okay, do you want to hear the weirdest thing ever? My sister has somehow avoided all these years ever seeing the movie Home Alone.
Like the first one or any of them?
She's never seen any of them. And so I'm like, oh, we
Crazy.
should watch it this year since we're like all like trying to be like in the spirit.
Yeah.
And so I explained to her the concept, and she was just so confused. She was like, so like why is this kid home alone? And I was like, well, because his parents forgot him on vacation.
Yeah, like they did a head count and they thought they had everyone, but they actually didn't have
And she
everyone and
was
he was home
like,
alone. She just
like,
couldn't wrap her head
oh.
around that.
Yeah, she's like, oh, so did they go and get him? I'm like, no, he just doesn't come with them. And then she's like, why is he home alone in the second one? And I was like, because they did the same exact thing. They forgot the same kid again.
Well, that one was interesting because he just got on the wrong plane.
Oh.
Because he stops like in the airport.
Is that
like
why But he has his
late.
dad's.
They're okay. So
I
they're
need to
late.
refresh my memory on this.
They're late to the airport.
Of course.
Because they're going to like Florida for Christmas or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they're late for their flight, so they're running through the airport. And then Kevin has this like tape recorder thing that he keeps using and like recording
Curious
voices
kiddo.
or just random stuff. And it died, so he asked his dad while they were running if he had any batteries. And then his dad was like, yeah, they're in my bag. So Kevin got his bag, which had his credit card and stuff in it, and stops in the middle of the airport to refresh these batteries.
Oh, so it's Kevin's fault the second time.
It is absolutely Kevin's fault. And then he looks up and he was like,
remember that.
They're all gone. But then he sees someone in a coat that looks just like his dad, so he's like, Dad. And then he flies to New York.
And then they just let him on the plane.
And they let him on the plane, and then he just goes and he just gets a room at the plaza.
I love that. I want to watch that tomorrow.
It's a good one. And then they made more after that without Macaulay, and it's like, why would you even try?
Oh, it's like, that's so stupid.
It's like that's the most off-brand you can get. Home Alone without Macaulay Culkin.
I would love to know like the profit that the first two made and then compared to like the next few or whatever. Like I bet it just went so downhill.
Yeah, like I bet Lost in New York did all right, but nowhere near as good as the OG.
I mean, everyone loves the OG. I don't even necessarily like. It's another one of those things. If I didn't watch it as a kid, I wouldn't like think him slapping his face and screaming is funny. But like when I was a kid, I was like,
I know. I'm like, he's so silly.
He tripped on marbles.
Oh my god, I'm literally a little kid watching that movie. When they're falling all over the place, I'm like, like they hit their head.
You know what? I'm like,
for real, they should be dead.
I know.
And I'm like, the funny part about this is that they keep powering through, because truly, if this was real life, they would have been dead 5 scenes ago.
Yeah.
Like when he hit them with a gigundo piece of iron, like.
Yeah, you know what's you know what's another like silly, stupid little old movie gag that just like makes me laugh every single time?
Sipping on a banana peel?
No.
What?
In Matilda, when they super glue the hat on him and he like has just like a rim. And it's
I want to look up that visual.
DeVito.
That movie is really good. I can't believe I like didn't watch that like as a kid.
Oh my gosh, you didn't?
No, like I didn't see that until later in my life, and I was like, I wish I was a child watching this.
You would have liked that as a kid.
Because like as a kid, I would have just really resonated with Matilda.
I remember I loved that movie as a kid, and I showed my grandma it. I was like, you have to see this awesome movie. And she was like, okay. And she watched it with me, and at the end where the parents give her up for adoption, she's like, that was a terrible ending.
It's like, but what? Everyone got what they wanted.
And I was like, no, it wasn't. She's with Miss Honey now.
I know.
And my grandma was like, but you shouldn't just give up on your kid like that. And I was
like, they hate her.
I was like, you're being a party
don't want
pooper.
Her. Party
Charles's message is Charles's video calling me. Should I ignore him?
I mean, we could introduce him to the podcast. Just put him up to the Zoom and frazzle him. Hopefully, and then maybe he'll just hang up.
Charles, I'm on a podcast right now. I must disclaim.
You're on a podcast?
Yeah, I'm doing a podcast right now.
She's on the H3 podcast.
See, here's
right
my
now.
mic. Hang on, let me flip the
That's a
cam.
cool mic. Where'd you get that? Yo, what's up, Taylor?
Hey, Charles.
That's me.
Yo. Thanks for inviting me, you two. That's sick. What are we talking about?
We're actually talking about
Christmas movies.
Yeah, Christmas movies.
Oh, did you see how Jonna ranks A Christmas Story as F rank?
She agreed with me.
No.
Honestly,
Well, Home Alone should be S tier then. Can we at least agree on that?
Maybe Lost in New York.
Whatever. Whichever one you want to put on there, go for it.
Shouldn't be S. The only two S's are
No,
Elf
but
and the Santa Claus.
what does S
You
mean?
like the Santa Claus. I thought you hated Tim Allen.
I decided I love Tim Allen.
Did you just get exposed?
Oh my gosh, I'm pissed.
What?
So you were lying this whole time?
No, I literally stand Tim Allen now, but I used to hate Home Improvement, okay? I admit it. I used to...
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that doesn't count. We're talking about Christmas,
Isn't
Tim
that
Allen.
something?
Taylor said it doesn't count because we're only talking about Christmas Tim Allen.
I mean, I'm sure there's the Christmas special in that show.
There's a Christmas special on every show.
That's a good show.
I just have bad
What-
memories with Nick at Night, and I have something to announce to everybody.
Nick at
What's
Night,
up?
I get that.
Did you guys know that KFC made a romance show? I mean, a romance movie?
KFC?
KFC,
Yeah.
like
Is
Kentucky
the
Fried
Colonel
Chicken.
himself in it?
Yes, it's called The Recipe to Seduction. And guess who plays Colonel Sanders?
Tim Allen.
You'll never guess.
Timothy
Mario Lopez.
Lopez. BRB while I Google that.
George Lopez.
I was like, what? I just don't
That's
understand.
gotta be S tier.
You think that movie?
That's gotta be S tier.
That is the strangest thing I've ever seen.
I know, right? Which one of you guys should I hang up on?
You can hang up on me. It's alright, you can go back to your podcast.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
She's gonna.
Okay,
Wow.
let's have a friend off. What are you gonna talk to me about if I don't hang up on you?
I'm gonna talk to you about this picture that I just sent you in the
I
chat.
was gonna see what was up. I was gonna tell you about my raccoon experience. Thing was a monster.
Do you want to share the raccoon experience on the podcast?
That's fine.
Well, I just saw it walking around. I thought I was gonna get hit by a car.
You should
It
have.
literally looked like a bear.
I have an
It was like-
idea. You should go back and hit it and then like eat it for Christmas din.
Alright, well, I guess you two can have fun talking.
I watched a raccoon get hit by a car once and then just slowly die.
Chuck,
So
I'm gonna
don't
call
do
you
that.
back.
Okay.
I'll call you back.
Okay.
I'm gonna wrap this thing up here with her.
Okay.
Call you back.
Sorry for interrupting.
Bye.
Look at the picture I sent you.
Is it of Mario? Because I've seen it.
Well, I just want you to look at it again.
Why is it downloading to my computer?
It's the official movie poster.
Oh yeah.
And that is the fact that the fact that you can look at that and be like, hey, you know KFC? This and that are linked. Like, these two go together. Presented by Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Do you want me to tell you about what happens?
Have you watched it?
Yeah.
You watched it? Tell me right now.
It's only 15 minutes long.
Huh?
It's only 15 minutes long.
15 minutes?
5, 5, 5, 15. Short
It's
film.
a short film?
Yeah. So the girl hates her boyfriend that she's supposed to marry.
Okay.
She falls in love. Oh yeah, she's supposed to marry him because the mom wants to get his money because they're in debt.
So she
But
doesn't
the
want to
girl's
marry him
like,
'cause it's not true.
no, I love Colonel Sanders, who is our personal chef. And the way that she justifies that she wants to get married to Colonel Sanders instead is that she thinks that he's gonna get rich too, just like the already rich boyfriend, because he has a secret recipe that he's been working on his whole life.
So is this like pre-Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Yes.
So it's like, he's gonna get rich, don't worry. And they're like,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Little do
She's
they
like,
know.
I want to marry him, and don't worry, he'll be rich too. He has a secret recipe. Or she doesn't even tell that to the mom. Oh, I lied. She doesn't even tell that to the mom. The mom just hears it while eavesdropping.
The fact that the actual, like, Colonel Sanders is like an actual person and not just like a character is like really strange to me.
Well, what ends up happening is, what does end up happening?
It's 15 minutes.
Somehow the mom gets put in a mental facility.
Okay.
And the girl marries Colonel Sanders. Oh yeah. Oh, the mom gets put in a mental facility because her and the boyfriend who who turns out are having an affair behind the daughter's back. Yeah.
Am I gonna watch this after?
Try to kill Colonel. They try to kill him.
You're telling me all of this happens in 15 minutes?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Where is this located? Is this like a Netflix original? Like, what is this? Where did you watch it? What if you just made this whole thing up? You're like, I have a story about this. I know exactly what happens.
I literally made up the fact that the movie exists, and I photoshopped the poster right before you Googled it.
You just made a bunch of website and put it there, so when I looked it up, it was...
I'm like, let me come up with a story. Like, let me come up with a crazy story. Mario Lopez as Colonel Sanders. I used to have a crush on Mario Lopez.
Pet Star?
Yep.
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 Every morning before school, I would quickly watch some Pet Star on Animal Planet.
Would quickly watch some Pet Star.
Just while I'm making my breakfast. Are we done?
Is this where we end off on?
Are we ending on Pet Star? That would make sense.
Should we... Have you ever gone caroling?
I have. Have you? I feel like that shocks you that I've done that.
Well, yeah, who'd you go caroling with?
You want to know who I went caroling with? I went caroling
Kenny G.
with... You ruined the story. Well, I sang Christmas songs with Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
In 7th grade, my basketball team decided, like, what could we do that would be, like, really nice? So we went caroling. And then we went around, like, a little neighborhood that was around our school. And then we went to a nursing home and we sang Christmas carols for them.
Aw, that's
And
good. They have nothing better to do.
It was really fun. You know, it's Santa hats.
Did I ever tell you my one caroling story that I have?
Probably, but...
I have.
You're like, I already know the answer. I know when and where I told you.
And I know that you don't remember.
Tell me.
So my
Or
sister,
remind me. Maybe I'll remember.
I had literally never seen carolers before in my life. I thought that was like a dead thing. Like I thought that didn't happen anymore.
I mean, it pretty much is. But
well,
anyway.
My sister lost something in the car. Don't you remember?
Oh, you have told me this story. You have told this story before.
And our car was parked on the side of the road, like right outside of our house. And so she's like, "Let me go check the car for this thing that I lost." And and it's pitch black outside because it's nighttime in the winter. And she has her phone flashlight. She's like looking all in the car, and she's like crouched down and the door's open, and her butt's like hanging out like towards the sidewalk. Like all you can see is her butt. And I walk outside to check on her, and she's getting caroled too.
As she's looking for something in her car. Like, does she even realize that they're there?
Full grown adults just facing her ass caroling at her. And I was like, "Janelle, what are you doing?"
Like, I'm looking for the damn thing.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh yeah, they just came up to me," and like I said, I want to listen to them. She just keeps looking for the thing.
The fact that she was outside and then just like 2 seconds later, it's just only Janelle would that happen to.
I just go back into my house and I'm like, and I tell my mom, "Janelle's getting caroled to right now," and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
It is a really strange thing to like just knock on someone's door and be like, "Deck the halls with bells," like,
"Bring us a piggy party,"
like, just scare the shit out of them. I know what we can end it on. I need you to remind me what it means to be Jewish again.
I don't want to look stupid if I'm like say something wrong to our wide audience of thousands of people.
Well, to our millions of subscribers, just
Did you really forget again?
Jonna, I swear I ask you and then I'm like, "Oh," and then it leaves my
Taylor
head.
asks me 3 times a year what being Jewish means.
I seriously do.
I'm not even Jewish.
No, like, I think I ask you maybe like every season. Like, once the seasons turn, I'm like, I need a refresher because it's gone.
So the difference between being Jewish and being Christian, you know how Christians believe in God and they believe that Jesus was the Messiah?
Yes.
They believe that Jesus was God's son?
Yes.
Well, Jewish people believe in God, but they don't think that the Messiah has come yet. So they don't read like the Jesus Bible. They read the other book, like the Torah, I think.
Okay. So
they think that the coming of Christ
hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, they think he's still on his way.
Still?
Yeah, like the Christians think it's already happened at least once.
But like the like Jewish people have like hope that it will still happen.
Well, they just don't think
that it will still happen. They just like think it will happen later.
Yeah, they don't think that Jesus was the guy. For whatever
Jesus
reason,
was not the guy.
Now, I couldn't explain Hanukkah to you, but it seems cool.
I know, it does. Judaism is characterized by a belief.
I have a theory.
Okay. What's your theory?
My theory is that somebody, like a Christian, wrote the 12 Days of Christmas song because they were jealous that Jewish people got 8 days of presents. And
you're 100% right. I don't know the answer, right? But I know that you're right.
That's what
because I know you're right.
They're like, wait. They get 8 days and we only get 1? Let me write a song for that.
That's not fair.
Let's get 12 days. How about that?
That's 12 days.
12 days. And a partridge in a pear tree. But like 12 days of Christmas, that's not a thing.
It's like 12 days of Christmas and I get a bird.
Wait, like, I'm just saying, like, if there's 12 days of Christmas, please tell me the dates. Does anyone know? Is it the 12 days leading up? Is it every other day in December? Like, I don't get it. Is it after?
Well,
during?
I don't know. I don't know.
So that's my theory that I came up with.
I believe it. I'm on your side.
Also, when people have, like, a bush that's, like, a rectangle in front of their house or whatever, and they put rainbow lights all over it, it looks like a fruitcake. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, and that's not good.
No, it's great.
Fruitcake's not good.
Yeah, but like, don't you love how it looks?
Okay.
Junie B. Jones and the Yucky Blucky fruitcake. Junie B. Jones
I'm
went on a
warped.
cakewalk and got a fruitcake.
The fruitcake.
Yeah, and she was pissed.
Dude, as she should be. She deserves a better cake than that.
The Yucky Blucky fruitcake.
I mean, is she wrong? No. Wow.
This was a really great podcast.
It was a good comeback.
It actually might have sucked, but I had a good time.
I don't even know how long it's been.
I'm just saying,
so much fun.
I rewatched our entire other podcast because it was so easy to listen to. And honestly,
So
TBH, we said some. No, specifically me. I said some controversial things that I might not. I might not want to.
I can't think of one thing you said that I was like, jeez, why did she say that?
Well,
that's a problem on both ends.
just to expose myself here, I was just instead of just saying Louis from One Direction or whatever his name is, I had to say the gay one.
And you're like, oh no, they're gonna come for me.
Which is so I shouldn't be assuming people's sexualities. I'd like to apologize for my last podcast episode and my behavior in it.
Publicly apologize to Louis Tomlinson.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Louis. That was wrong of me.
She's sorry,
I also
Louis.
said a couple other weird things. I don't remember exactly what, but I apologize for those too, and I've changed.
The mic has been put down. She's changed. Well, Girlies with Groceries, it's back.
Everyone go stream Katie's Home for Christmas.
Link in bio. And everyone go have some fruitcake. Someone's got to eat it.